Model aircraft were his passion, both the building of the models and the challenge of flying them once constructed.
This is from Japan. Ayrton Senna special. There was a friend of mine in Japan who did it. And every year, by the Grand Prix time, they make a plane for me, a model. They are from Honda Motor Company. They also have a hobby model flying. And this is the second plane they give me in 3 years. The big one in the wall is the Christian Eagle one, also was done by them. And the major problem is how to bring all those models to Brazil all the way from Japan. Beautiful. Okay.
His cousin Fabio was also an enthusiast, and the two of them would work and play together. The models were serious pieces of work, built with sophisticated materials and requiring great skill to fly.
How did you find doing this when you first started?
It's very difficult. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I have damaged and broken many models. It's a very special hobby. I love it.
It's relaxing?
When you're playing here, yes. When you're actually flying, it's not so relaxing because you cannot mistake. You mistake, the model is gone. And sometimes it takes months to build a model. Therefore, you create some love for it because you know how hard it is to build one, and to damage or destroy one, maybe 1 second. So it's some ways it's also a little bit stressing to do it when you're flying. But it takes your mind completely away from anything else because it absorbs your mind, your concentration. So it's relaxing in a way to forget any racing cars or interviews, things like this.
Flying model aeroplanes is an activity that requires great coordination, total concentration, manual dexterity and excellent vision, all qualities that are required by a top racing driver. So even during his leisure time, Senna was honing qualities he could use as a Grand Prix driver.
Ayrton, rapaz, eu tive que puxar e não atendeu. Tava com pouco comando. Vou passar aqui na frente, Brian. Nessa posição mesmo, em cima dos carros, na altura dos carros. Fica aqui, ó.
The significant difference to driving a racing car is the lack of feel for what the machinery is doing. No seat-of-the-pants sensations when at the remote controls. It is hand-eye coordination of a high degree, and no more so than when landing. An anxious period for the man who has spent hours building the model. After several years of practice, the perfectionist proved what he could do.
You had no engine on that landing?
Yeah, the engine stopped on the approach, so I was gliding only. But the plane is marvelous. It flies very beautiful, very smooth, so it's not too difficult to fly compared to other models.
Fabio was less experienced and less proficient than Ayrton, but his cousin was on hand to offer words of advice and encouragement. Particularly when it came to the landing.
Tá jóia, tá jóia. Perfeito.
The man who in the Grand Prix environment was seen by some as cold and arrogant showed a very different side to his character when at home in Brazil. But people